All right, everyone, what's up, friends? What's up, everyone? If it's not obvious, the title is satirical. I am going to be going through, I'm very excited for this. We're going to go through, can you hear me? Yeah, we're going to go through all of the Reddit posts and the YouTube videos and the fucking Twitter comments. And we're gonna react. Oh, you're about to see my face. And we're gonna react to the best takes possible. All right. Sorry. And I need to. Sorry, I need to. Sorry. Okay. Yo, hello everyone. Sorry, I was checking shit out. All right, so I'm very excited for this. I've always wanted to do shit like this, but I've always been a little bitch about it. So we're gonna like actually fucking do it today. There was an article that came out here. Destiny Bulletin. Is Destiny Bulletin? I don't think they run this website. The Game Post posted it. Analysis: Destiny 2, the final shape pre-orders appear to be less than a quarter of Lightfall's total figures. So we're gonna read through this, and for many reasons. Look. Bungie has made explicitly clear, like, we know that Lightfall, or Final Shapes pre-order projections are not where they want them to be. But articles like this kind of take that information, and they take... Look, as a scientist, I really like data, okay? We're gonna discuss this, we're gonna read through this, but these numbers are essentially meaningless. Other than the fact, the qualitative fact that Final Shapes pre-orders are very low. Anyone trying to put a number on this is ridiculous. And so what I'm gonna be doing is today, we're gonna be going around the Reddit threads and the YouTube videos and this and Twitter, and I just wanna see the best takes, because I know exactly what's gonna fucking happen. What's gonna fucking happen here, ladies and gentlemen, is for the next year, 2 years, decade of my life, every single fucking blueberry on Twitter is gonna be like, oh, Final Shape had a quarter of the pre-orders, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, it's not their fault. I don't expect everyone to be like critical in how they approach news. The problem is people who make videos and the people who write articles and the people who do things and spread information that is, you know, this is an all right way to look at something, I guess, if you preface it 100 times with, hey, this is not concrete information. You should take this with a grain of salt. So I'm very excited for this. This is gonna be great. Man, I'm excited for Final Shape, but I truly believe it'll be a letdown. Closing on a 10-year-long franchise, the story isn't easy. It's not. Look, it's not about that. Like anything. Look, we can talk about this 100 times, okay? And I'm going to talk about this 100 times. At this point, it does not even matter how good Final Shape is. From like an objective standpoint, the Final Shape could be the best DLC ever, but the community's echo chamber sentiment machine is so negative going into it that the vibes have been eradicated. It does not matter. It does not matter. And with a live service game like this, especially one that's a decade old, community sentiment is everything. It is absolutely everything. And if people are convinced this is going to be bad going into it, no matter how good it is, the community is going to believe it is bad. This is the perfect example. Perfect example of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Why defend if you don't know the DLC is going to be good? These are so brain dead, dog. Why? I am not defending anything. Calling out and criticizing data or conclusions that people make is not defending Bungie. At no point have I defended Bungie about this. Thinking with my fucking brain. I got a PhD analyzing data, okay? This is my life. This is literally my existence. Saying, hey, yeah, the pre-orders, we know that for a fact that they're low, but this is not helping anything, and it's speculative at best, and it's false information at worst. Okay, that is not defending Bungie. Let's be like unbelievably fucking clear about that, okay? And if you think it's defending Bungie, you're fucking stupid. Like, that's just it. You have a critical thinking issue, or you don't. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you at that point. Now I'm done roasting random people. We have brand new Scaro 9 keychains, courtesy of Advanced. Look at this. Sorry, it's not even that. Focus, look at that texture. It's got the shattered glass texture. It's beautiful. There's a very limited number of these available. I'm gonna put the link in chat. I'm gonna put the link in chat. You can only get them limited edition Scaro chicken keychain. So they are available with advanced starter kits. They are $15, and for $15, you get the keychain, you get a shaker, like a good shaker, and you get to trial 4 flavors. Now they have a bunch of flavors, but they'll send you 4 packets. Beautiful deal, supports me immensely. Very limited edition keychain, and if these do well, then we have something nice planned in the future as well. So please show it again. Yeah, I got you. Sorry, there's some green screening going on there, but there you go. Beautiful. It's got sick reflections on it. It's two-sided. This side doesn't have the reflections on it. You can see it a little better. It's absolutely beautiful. It's our channel mascot, the mother chicken itself. So you should pick one up, support the channel. It would mean the world to me. When you make clickbait headlines with incomplete data, you're bound to attract some sheep. I don't want to make this about sheep versus non-sheep, dog. Like, in this world, we have so much information just thrown at us, right? And we need to be able to have have reliable news sources. Like, I'm not going to sit here and criticize anyone's well, I am a little bit if you come at me first, but anyone's like interpretation of this sort of thing. I think this is more on the game post for making this, and it's more on Destiny YouTubers that cover it without every asterisk in the book. You know what I mean? What program is that next to OBS? Oh, right here. This is Sticky Notes. It's a well, okay. We have Firefox, Discord, Paint.net, Reaper, Sticky Notes, OBS, Destiny. Yellow, it's Sticky Notes. Every computer's got it. The one next to that is Art Money. That's right. Shh. That's the invisible one right here, actually. Can't just call people you disagree with sheep, bro. I literally just defended. What are you talking about, bro? Some people just want Bungie to do good DLC. I think articles calling them out and putting pressure on them will force them to make, well, A, this DLC's already fucking made, so it doesn't matter. B, this type of shit does nothing but reinforce a very hateful echo chamber of misinformation. That's my problem. And the internet's inability to distinguish between a critique piece and blatantly like exaggerated or hyperbolic or false or assumed data is staggeringly scary. Okay? There's a huge difference between critiquing a product and borderline lying about a product. So that is, in the ability to differentiate that is incredibly important. And I just want to say once again, this is not defending Bungie. I was also not a fan of Lightfall. I also think that these products need to be better, and there's been a lack of creativity, and there's a lot of stagnation in the game, and it is more than obvious that Final Shape has not met expectations for their pre-order quotas. Because Pete Parsons has said, or someone said it during the layoff, someone said it. I don't remember if it was an internal source that like Paul Tassi or Kotaku guy, Jason Schreier talked about, or if it was a public statement, I forget. But we have like confirmation that it's not, we know that it's not doing well. But trying to put an actual statistic to that, the way that these guys have, is ridiculous. It does not help anyone. You're gonna react to this? That's fine. And wait, I have some videos. I want to react. Look, if you see other people having reactions, I want to watch it. I want to critique everything. No one. If fucking Dado made a video of this, we're going in. Okay. No one's safe. Okay, so we're gonna read this. So once again, this is the game post analysis. I want to see what this guy does. Zuhad Ali, Zuhad. What have you written, buddy? Bungie reveals it created a Destiny 2 day. Oh, okay. I bet he. Okay. Okay. This guy really likes writing about Destiny. Potential new Destiny 2. Okay, that's a legit one. Where's there today? Sure. Yeah. Never made an article about something. Okay, pretty standard. Nothing crazy. Doesn't seem to be like a super outrage clickbaiter or anything. I'm so happy that to get the data point that this many people have the emblem, which is looking like an incredibly buggy stat. Plus, it relies on people picked up the emblem. There's literally a flag in the API to see if they own the DLC. Oh my! Is there fucking really, lab? Can you pull that? Can you pull that, brother? Wait, is this Destiny Bulletin? Are these separate things or are these together? Oh! Oh, it's this guy! It's the guy who runs his account! Oh! Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's good to know. Okay. You can tell for a specific profile, but not like all at once, if that makes sense. Just go to crimson.report and type in a profile. Oh, really? Why could you not pull them all at once if you can see them for specific? Like, has a tool just not been built for that, lab? Because I feel like if you can see them individually, you should be able to see it. I don't know how any of that works. I don't fucking know. Anyways, all right, so this is the Destiny Bulletin guy. Good. Good. The game post analysis shows Destiny 2 The Final Shape has the lowest number of pre-orders when compared to the pre-orders for the last 3 expansions. In the ever-evolving world of Destiny 2, pre-order figures have always been a critical indicator of player anticipation and overall interest in annual expansions. This is a ridiculous claim, because as far as I'm aware, we have never, ever, once, ever in the history of Destiny had anything of a solid estimation of how many people have pre-ordered. Other than the only statistic, there's 2 examples I know. 1 month before Witch Queen came out, Bungie said this is on track to be the most pre-ordered expansion ever. And then 1 month before Final Shape came out, they said this is on track to beat Witch Queen. Those are the only 2 examples I know of that. This is a ridiculous statement when it's just clearly not true. And as an avid Destiny 2 enthusiast, delving into a realm of pre-order data has unveiled intriguing insights into the upcoming expansion of The Final Shape. The Final Shape will be the last expansion in Destiny's 10-year-long Light versus Darkness saga. The expansion was initially planned to be released later this month. I just want to say, technically, Light versus Dark saga started with Shadowkeep. Just gonna say that. So also another, actually, technicality. Just gonna throw that out there. That's Bungie's words. You technically need to, but you need to list of profiles beforehand, which you can only get by scraping. Gotcha. Okay. 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 The last expansion was so bad that so people don't pre-order the next one, which is clear indication that's going to be even worse. Okay. However, due to Destiny 2's underperformance, lower than expected pre-order numbers for the final shape and revenue projections running below 45% for the year, Bungie decided to delay the release until June 4th, 2024, and laid off 8% of its workforce in October 2023, as reported by Bloomberg and IGN. I'd just like to point out that they don't... It's kind of, I wish they would at least link source. The scientist in me is like, okay, where's your fucking citation? I know this is true, but where's your citations for it? You know what I mean? I'm getting a little science snobby, but fucking come on. Let's do some due diligence here. Both the Witch Queen and Lightfall expansions were successful in terms of sales. The Witch Queen not only succeeded in sales, but also received praise for its story's activities in the raid. However, the same cannot be said for Lightfall. While Lightfall achieved sales success, it did not deliver the penultimate storytelling experience that most fans hoped for, which resulted in poor reception from critics and fans. On the other hand, Witch Queen not only succeeded in sales, but also received praise for its story's activities. I am actually really curious, like, what do the Steam reviews for all of these things look? Genuinely curious. I've never looked. I have no idea. Like, if I go to store, where the fuck is store? Witch Queen. I'm actually really interested in what, like, the overall reception is, because we know mostly positive. 2400 Lightfall. Oh shit. Oh my god, why does Lightfall have 3 times the amount of reviews? That's fucking crazy. No, what? Holy shit, dude. People really wanted you to know they did not like Lightfall. Oh my god, literally almost 4 times as many reviews. That's insane. That's crazy. I don't think that thing about projections is accurate. Go back and reread Shrier Space. The 45% projections? I can go back and reread it. That's true. That's crazy. I know, like, generally, I've heard that reviews, like, the number of reviews is a good indication of, like, the amount of people that actually bought and purchased the DLC. Like, I know there's some, like, rule of thumb. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But the fact that Lightfall has, like, 4 times as many reviews is fucking crazy. However, this did not come... I already read that. Fucking sorry. Data sources, caveats, and methodology. This word should not be used here. The data used in this analysis was provided to the game post by Charlemagne, the Warminded Discord, and our third-party app that obtains its data directly from Bungie's API for Destiny. How this works is that Charlemagne scans all unique Destiny profiles, which amounts to around 66 million, to track every account that's acquired the pre-order bonus emblem for the expansion. These emblems can only be acquired if the player pre-orders an expansion. No notes. Important! That said, it's important to note that data provided here may not be the exact representation of the official numbers, as there are some limitations. For instance, Charlemagne cannot access the data of players who have set their profiles to private modes, which makes up approximately 0.15% of total play. This is the one caveat, by the way. Of this methodology, the only thing that was like, oh yeah, that might affect 0.15% of the player base, this thing right here. This is what we gotta call out. You can publish this in Jax right now, let me tell you. Holy. Oh, man. Once again, if you're just joining us, you should pick up the new Scare 9 keychain. Links at the top of chat. Selling through our friends at Advanced. You can get the Advanced Starter Kit for only $15. You get yourself an amazing shaker. The limited edition, limited run. There's only a certain number of these, or a small number of these, I mean. Scare 9 Mother Chicken keychain that's absolutely beautiful, double-sided, gorgeous, and 4 flavor packs. You can pick Energy, Focus, 2 of each. I recommend the Focus ones because they have some baller flavors in there. You should pick it up, link at the top of the chat. I love your face. Or, you know, people who didn't pick up the emblem. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. I want to... should we talk about the caveats first? Fuck it. We're right here. Okay, so to my knowledge, and in fact, I don't even know if I've picked up the emblem. To my knowledge, this is the first Destiny expansion where, like, normally your pre-order bonuses are right at Rahul. This time they created the special delivery terminal. So there's like a billion caveats here. So A, infinitely more people just visit Rahul on a daily basis. And so you're much more likely to see something there and pick it up. There's a lot of people who took a break before this was introduced into the game and haven't come back, or have come back and don't know it's a thing. And 3, yeah, we're in a drought. So not a lot of people have come back to the game to pick up their fucking emblems, okay? Or some people are just too lazy. Like I said, have I even picked mine up? I have picked mine up. I think. Did I pre-order? Yes, I did. I got the collector's edition. What does this emblem even look like? Also, that's important. Does the emblem look cool? That's the most important aspect. I don't remember what it looks like. What's it called? Oh my god, I have too many fucking... Is it silhouette? Oh. Oh, is it this one? Oh god, please don't be that one. That's a gross emblem.
Almost done, I think.
Oh, it is, and it's a shit emblem, bro. Who's picking that up? I'm so sorry if the Destiny dev who made this is watching.
It doesn't have to be.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. It's just not. It's not the best emblem in the world. Like, come on. It's fine. It's a fine emblem. But come on. Compared to like the Witch Queen or the Final Shape one, which was probably this guy, New Moon of Lights. It's one of the emblems of all time. I was a little aggressive there. New Moon of Lights. It was Lucidity and Beyond Light. Let's see what those look like. Lucidity. Oh yeah, why did more people pick this one up? And Beyond Light. Do I even have this one? Really, I do. Oh, I have too many emblems. I know, it's kind of mid too, to be honest. So like, you know, the emblem surely has a good personality. That's fucked up. I also don't know for sure, but I take a heavy guess a lot of pre-orders happen within a month of release and not 4 months out. So we're gonna talk about that. Also, it is worth noting that so when Bungie delayed the expansion, Xbox automatically refunded. What the fuck is happening? What is happening in my tower right now? Why is this exploding in my ear? What are you doing? When Bungie delayed the Final Shape, the Xbox refunded everything. So I'm not sure how that works. Like, if you got the code and didn't use it, you probably don't have access to it. If you did redeem it but just didn't pick it up, I don't know if you're allowed to use it. There's definitely going to be some discrepancies there. People who refunded would still have their pre-order bonuses if they logged in. Would they have to have claimed it first? Is the number in the top right how much money Bungie loses every second? That's right. That's right. That's actually how many people pre-ordered the Final Shape. I have proof though. I have proof. Okay. Additionally, data does not reflect the pre-order emblems that are not acquired from the in-game vendors. Master Rahul and special delivers kiosk. As a result, there may be a difference between the numbers represented here and the actual figure. Oh, these are the emblems. I see the emblems now. Yeah, man. I don't like this. Usually when you do the blue-orange thing, it's like a cyan bright orange. The kind of brown orange really isn't tickling my fancy. It's fine. I'm not here to critique an emblem. I'm just going to. My Xbox code was refunded. I had to repurchase, but I got to keep everything I claimed. Got you. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So we have more. We have more notes here. We are comparing the pre-orders for 4 Destiny 2 expansions, Beyond Light, Witch Queen, Lightfall, and Final Shape. Let's take a look at the exclusive emblems available to players who pre-ordered any edition of these expansions. The pre-order exclusive emblem for Beyond Light is called Beyond Light. For the Witch Queen, it's Lucidity. For Lightfall, it's New Moon of Lights. For Final Shape, it's Paracausal Path. It's worth mentioning that the pre-order emblem for Shadowkeep Benighted Omen was only available with the Shadowkeep Deluxe Edition. Therefore, the data available is not as precise. Comparing the numbers. So they're going to go through the numbers here. So this graph is, I think, the most telling about how ridiculous this is. So, like I said, we have two standard, or like two actual data points. Not really hard numbers, but I'll show you what I mean. Surrounding the pre-orders of Destiny expansions that I'm aware of throughout the history of Destiny. One is for Witch Queen, one is for Lightfall. We're gonna look at them. This graph claims that 3.2 million people pre-ordered Beyond Light, 2.2 pre-ordered Witch Queen, and 2.2 pre-ordered Lightfall. So Emblem Report says 1.2 million on Beyond Light. That does seem like a lot. But also, if you just Google how many people pre-ordered Witch Queen, you're gonna see the quote. I just want to show you how to get the quote. Pre-ordered Witch Queen. Where's the tweet? Is this linked to the tweet? Bungie tweeted this out. So this was a month before Witch Queen came out. Thank you to the more than 1 million Destiny players who have pre-ordered Destiny Witch Queen. With your incredible support, it's on track to be the most pre-ordered expansion. So there's something fucky going on here. So either what happened is in 1 month, 1 million more people pre-ordered this because it ended out at 2.2, right? According to this chart. So either half of the pre-orders come in that final month, which might be a possibility. That's like when marketing pushes happen, people are more likely to think about it as you get closer to the deadline. But I find it very hard. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but it would seem ridiculous to be like, it's on track to be the most pre-ordered in history at 1 million if they need over 2 million more pre-orders to beat the previous reign champion there. You know what I mean? If I'm less than 33% towards my target, I ain't tweeting shit. I am not tweeting shit, dog. Which makes me think this number is fucked up. Somehow, some way, that number is wrong. There's no way. There's no way. You know what I mean? Like, am I fucking tripping? Like, what? If I look up, I'm actually like Destiny Emblem Analytics. Is this the number that comes out from Charlemagne? What's this Beyond Light? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go out to the fucking final fucking page 10. No, it's got. I mean, it's gonna be. Yeah, okay, let's look at Emblem Report then. If we just want to compare different information here. Bro, Emblem Report, I can search any emblem. So, Beyond Light. How many people does this say have it? So this one says 1.2 million have this. That seems a lot, and just for consistency's sake, let's see how many reviews Beyond Light has. Does it have more than Witch Queen, is my question. Is this still up even? Yeah. Okay, it does have more reviews than Witch Queen. Mixed reviews, though. So this claims that, yeah, 125 million, or 1.25 million have this. It does say that that's a third of the population. Seems a little excessive. What's like the source? How do they say their methodology here? So it looks like if you're listed more than once if you play on different platforms. They only have 4 million players, so it is scraping a significant reduced population. So there's something to that. I'm really curious. Like, can I find this here? I don't think I can just search this, unfortunately, this website. Okay, this is, You're telling me this page says 3 million people have it? What the? No way. Okay, so it says the global adjusted. One second. Does it? This is the global rate is 4%, 0.61. Okay, does it say? How do I find out what the global population is? Well, okay, that's. Is there a way to see the global population here? I assume that's what these guys did. Well, if I just times this times 66 million. Bring up 3.2. There's something wrong. Ha! I'm so confused, man. I'm really, really curious how they came up with this number. It also doesn't, like, I'm wondering if if Destiny tracker guy, did he do this math himself or did he contact Charlemagne and talk to them? Yeah, the numbers line up. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, Wabi. Where did he get the 66 million number? That's why I'm trying to see if we can, like, reverse engineer this. Well, okay. Did Charlemagne tweet about this? Just curious. Yo, what's up, everyone? Okay, well, once again, I think this comes down to we're clearly missing something. Something's clearly going on here. Because once again, Witch Queen pre-order. Unless Bungie is that confident. And that brings up its own thing. So there's two scenarios here. So there's two scenarios that I can think of, and please correct me if you guys can think of a third. Can I fucking just see this tweet, please? Jesus Christ, okay. So once again, 1 month, like 20 days, in fact. Yeah, exactly 21 days, 3 weeks before Witch Queen came out. Bungie tweeted that 1 million people had pre-ordered Destiny, Witch Queen. So there are two possibilities. In that time frame, over double the amount of people ended up pre-ordering it. So 1.2 million people pre-ordered it past that date in 3 weeks. And if that's the case, then using data that is 3 months out from an expansion is ridiculous anyways. Because if half of it comes in that final month, what the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? You can't use this data at all. That's if Bungie's projections were wildly wrong. If Bungie is confident in this statement that this was going to be or on track to be the most pre-ordered expansion in the history of Destiny, and they were all, and at this point, if that Beyond Light number is correct, then they were convinced they were going to get 2 million pre-orders in that final month. So that makes it even crazier. So, like, these numbers have to be wrong. This has to be wrong. There's no way. I don't think this comes down to Bungie miscalculating their trajectory. I mean, even if they did, if worst case scenario for Bungie, if they were very wrong about it breaking their records, that still means half the pre-orders come in the last final weeks. This is a combination of bad data and even worse data collection. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. None of this lines up with anything. This had, yeah, the 66 million total accounts, something there has to be wrong. I totally agree. Oh yeah, I didn't even look this up, did I? If I go to, what was it called? Emblem report? I want to see how they compare. Did I do that? I don't think I did. I only looked at Beyond Light here. So according to this site, which is cleaner, it's got its shit going on, but it only scans 6 million people. I don't know like what you have. Lab, Mr. You understand scraping a little bit more than I do. Why did like what's the significance of the number of people here? Or D2C, bro. You understand it as well. So like why does this website only scrape 4 million players? Why is that? Is it because only that many people have clicked this? I'm so confused. I just want to know. I just want to know what we're looking at. Okay. What were the names of all the emblems here? Lucidity? Oh, I fucking spelled. I really killed that one. Or Lucidity? 1.5 million. This has 250,000 people. Higher. Surely the ratio is not, even if this scans a fewer amount of players, surely the overall like ratio is not going to be that destroyed. You know what I mean? Neomuna Knights 1.55. This tracks with what we know about the game. 1.55 because Bungie has also said Lightfall pre-order numbers. Let me see if I can find this. They had a tweet or something. Where is it? There was a tweet about Lightfall becoming or being on track to surpass Witch Queen, which was on track to be the highest gross. So we know Lightfall landed at or above Witch Queen. I don't know where that tweet is, but I know that's a real thing. If someone can find that for me. I know that was a thing. Fuck. Braytech scrapes 1 million people and it takes 16 hours to complete one cycle. Oh. Dusty player count says there's only 44.7 million. That changes these numbers a lot. What is this? This is a game, the Destiny Bulletin made an article. I don't think Witch Queen was on track to be the highest. Lightfall was on track to beat that. I think if anything's wrong in this picture, Beyond Light's numbers are fucked somehow. I don't know how this data is wrong, but every information that we have, like directly from Bungie, which I believe they legally cannot lie about for like shareholder reasons, this doesn't make any sense. This does not make any sense. And paracausal path. Well, I mean, once again, we're still a long ways from this one. Oh, fuck off. We're still a long way from this one. Paracausal path. Why is it not a... Am I dumb? Oh. So in this website has it at what? Like about a fifth, actually lower percentage overall, but for all the reasons that we discussed previously, I don't think it's fair to look at that yet. But still, like these numbers are way off, and this website has Beyond Light way below Witch Queen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Regardless of just looking at trends here, like fucking forget the numbers. Those Beyond Light numbers are ridiculous. That does not make any sense. In the final month, it seems Witch Queen got 1/3 pre-orders, 1 to 1.5. According to this website, that would be correct. But once again, this website only scrapes way fewer people than Charlemagne. I don't know what that looks like or why that looks like. There's an insane number of variables as to why this number would be bad. That putting out a statement like this may as well be lying. That is exactly my point. The fact that we're able to sit here and scrutinize this through all these different variables, and I think just the fact that we have reason to believe that anywhere from half to from half to 2/3 of the pre-orders of expansions in the past have occurred in the last month, that alone is reason to not publish shit like this and treat it like real information at all. Oh, Braytech has historical data? I didn't even know you could look at emblems on Braytech. Oh, well, just while I'm pulling up Braytech once again, limited edition custom Scarrow 9 Mother Chicken keychain is available. There's a very limited number of these. It's freaking sick. It's got the cool shattered glass on the front. It's the Mother Chicken logo. It's absolutely beautiful. Sorry, my camera's flipped, so it's gonna look like that's backwards, but it's not. I promise you. Absolutely beautiful. You can click the link in the top of the pinned comments. It's for a starter kit with advanced. You get the keychain, you get a shaker, and you get to pick either energy or focus trial packets, 4 of them. It's amazing. It helps the channel a ton. You have no idea. So if you'd like to support the channel and get yourself a sick piece of Scarrow merch, very limited edition, make sure you click that link. Okay. Someone said something important. Beyond Light was on the Game Pass, so people were more likely to have the emblem because of that. If you had... Sure, well, I mean, come on, the emblems are pre-ordering. Can you pre-order off a Game Pass? That doesn't make any sense. Unless I just don't understand how Game Pass works. All right, so how do I see the historical data on Braytech? I think it's fair to assume the final shapes numbers will be lower than Witch Queen Lightfall. I think it is all but... I think that's like a guarantee. But this graph is wildly inaccurate. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. Emblem is regardless of pre-order? No, that should be the pre-order emblem. Lab, I love you, my friend. Thank you. Oh, there. So these numbers are going to be way lower, but once again, what matters here, what we are looking at is the ratio. The ratio, because like your data set, people who pre-order the game, is going... The ratios are going to be a little different based off of how each of these websites pick which players. But they shouldn't be that wildly different. Oh my fucking god. Where did it go? Why did I clicked on it? Oh. Yes. Why? Did it do it? No, it didn't. All right, let me pull up all 4 of them then. All right, Beyond Light. Lucidity. And Neomuna Knights was the other one. All right. So this says 400,000. Once again, these numbers are going to be low because it scrapes fewer people. But yeah, okay. Well, this says more people. So Emblem Report and Braytech both say a pretty significant amount more people have collected the Witch Queen emblem than Beyond Light. And Beyond Light or Lightfall and Witch Queen are about the same. Oh my god, they're like a couple thousand off. They're almost exactly the same. Beyond Light is, 10,000 less. Oh wait, even more than that, right? Like 10% less, 10 to 15% fewer people have this. That tracks with pretty much exactly what Emblem Report was saying. So both of these that do have more limited data scraping suggest that there's no way that more people have pre-ordered Beyond Light. It is worth noting that still anywhere between 20 and 25% of the amount of people have this emblem. So that sort of narrative is consistent across all of the websites. But this Beyond Light number is fucking ridiculous, and there's no way that's right. Or there's at least significant reason to distrust that figure. Now, once again, it looks like for Witch Queen, anywhere between half or 2/3 of the people pre-ordered Witch Queen in that final 3-week period. And we are still 3 months out from final shape. So there's no way you can treat this number as anywhere near fact or gospel when it looks like a significant portion of people, of course, pre-order after your biggest marketing push right before it launches. That makes complete sense. Check what Lab posted. I think I did, right? Or like his tweet. Commonality on the bottom right. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes. Thank you. Fucking thank God. Okay. Sorry, buddy. Okay. Oh, this is incredible. This is literally incredible. Like, look at this. What day did Flightfall launch? The 28th? February 28th, yeah. Like, look. Okay. 28th. So let's go 3 weeks before, which would be the 7th. 800,000 people have it, right? Okay. 3 weeks before Lightfall comes out. It came out on the 28th. So on the 7th, 800,000 people have it. After it launches, on the date it launches, I can't even get, okay, well, I'll get to the next closest, the day after. 800,000. So it's already, wait, what? Oh, I'm so dumb. Sorry, I read the wrong number. Oh, I'm so dumb. I did read the wrong number. Okay, let me start over. Okay, 3 weeks before Lightfall came out, 220,000 accounts had this. The day after Lightfall came out, almost 400,000, nearly twice as many people had it. Then, now, you still have 20% more people have it. People are claiming this emblem every fucking day. 3 months before, that is the best question. I'm so dumb that I didn't think about that. 3 months before, 175. So 100, I'm guessing there was some sort of announcement on 11/2. Somewhere in November, probably the Game Awards trailer. So 3 months before, 130,000, 1.3. Day of launch, 400,000. A quarter of the number of people that have it. A quarter. So if you're saying 3 months out, a quarter as many people have pre-ordered this DLC, I just showed you how it's gonna fucking quadruple. That says it all. That lines up perfectly. I'm not saying as many people are going to pre-order Lightfall or Final Shape as Lightfall and Witch Queen. I'm just saying the data that we are using 3 months out with numbers that don't make any fucking sense This is ridiculous. None of this means anything. And people trying, like, people are still fucking getting it. This emblem came out over a year ago. And hundreds of people every day are still getting it. Oh, just more accounts being scanned. Maybe. But this is like, come on. Let's look at Witch Queen. This commonality. I didn't know Braytech did this. Braytech, look, I love me some raid report and some grandmaster report and dim. Braytech, this is my personal favorite. If I had like a favorite, it's like picking favorite children. I don't want to do it, but Braytech, like from the triumph aspect of it, has saved me so much time. And this is insane right here. Now, I'm not saying everyone else is bad. There's a million amazing third-party websites. Braytech, if I could have children with one website with Destiny 2, it would be Braytech. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Okay, let's check 3 months before Witch Queen. Jesus, fuck, man. Witch Queen skyrocket. Oh, this data is really compressed. Okay. So Witch Queen would have launched on what? The 22nd of 22. So 3 months before. I mean, this is fucking. Oh, is this more accounts scraped? Yeah, probably. So about 500,000 of this data of these guardians that are being scraped. 500,000 had it. Sorry, you can't see the number. 500,000 had it on the day it came out. 3 months before that. Scraping about the same number of people, a little less, like 10% less people. Less than 100,000 people had it. This once again, 3-4 times. Yeah, right around a 4 times increase, right between a 3 and a 4 times increase between those windows, 3 months out. Once again, when we now have multiple points of data showing that most of the pre-orders happen in the final month. It is ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous to try to draw any sort of conclusion based off of numbers that are 3 months until this DLC launches. It's just stupid. It is moronic. It is, so it's more accounts being scraped soon. So for this, the green number, profiles assessed, is how many like accounts they're looking at every day. The frequency is how many people of those accounts have it. So that's why I made sure for like Witch Queen to make sure that the amount of accounts scraped were about the same. Once again, I don't even know what day Beyond Light came out. What day did Beyond Light come out? November 10th. So when this came out, it looks like, oh yeah, this one's not gonna be the best comparison because there's about 30% fewer accounts being scraped at this time. So it's not, I'm not gonna use this number. You could say about 30% less, I guess. This is a hard one though, because 3 months before this came out, only 200,000 accounts were being scanned. And when it came out, it was up to 50% more, 360, almost twice as many accounts being scanned. So I really don't want to try to draw any conclusions with this data. There's too many variables changing there. Yeah, ratios are important. It depends who they're scanning, I guess. Yeah, exactly. That's a more succinct way of what sampling bias, but that's why, like, for the Witch Queen one is really damning because it's pretty much the same amount. It's less than 10% more accounts. 570 versus like 530. So yeah, it's less than 10%. It's like 7-8%. And the frequency still quadruples. So and for final yeah, this one was even more. So if we even go 2 months before, it's pretty, for Lightfall, it's pretty static. 175,000 people had it, 800,000 total accounts. 800,000 total accounts, 211,000 people. Oh, sorry, I'm a fucking idiot. 8.3. So for 3%, 4% more accounts, almost 3 times as many people have it. Over 270,000 people have it total. There. In 2 months, the number tripled. The number tripled in 2 months. We're 3 months out. So this sort of graph, there's so many holes here. A, why are we looking at final shape data when we are 3 months out and we know, we have facts that most of the pre-orders happen in the final month and we're 3 months out? When that beyond light number by every measurable statistic makes literally 0 sense, why are we giving this the light of day? What is happening here? You know what I mean? And once again, do we think they're going to make up 2 million pre-orders in 3 months? No. No one is arguing that Final Shape is not hitting Bungie's projections. Once again, by self-admission, they have said it's not hitting their projections. And the hype, just from a community standpoint, is clearly not there. And the delays disrupting the pre-orders obviously is not helping. Okay? There's a lot of things going against this expansion. No one's saying otherwise. But hate articles like this do absolutely nothing except get the community in a fucking hate frenzy echo chamber that further hurts the game and just has dumbass people in my fucking comments all the time telling me that a quarter of the amount of people have pre-ordered this DLC. The Final Shape emblem, I did show that one. So once again, I mean, if you look at like, it is the quarter, you know, ratio between Witch Queen, Lightfall, and Final Shape, that matches up. That does. Across Emblem, Emblem Report, and Braytech, that claim does match up. But once again, I cannot stress enough, we are 3 months out, and we already have definitive proof that the 2 last DLCs at least had half of to 2/3 of their pre-orders happen in the final 3 weeks. So we know that Final Shape is going to get, more than likely, based off of historical data, going to get an extreme boost in pre-order numbers, especially as Bungie ramps up marketing campaigns. I would be shocked if there's not anything in game to try to generate hype and get people back invested, because Bungie knows community sentiment is everything going into this. They need people being as happy as possible. There's going to be a huge marketing push. People are going to pre-order this, but saying that only a quarter of the amount of people have pre-ordered it, even though the ratios might line up, is incredibly disingenuous when we understand we have like an analytical perspective from a historical standpoint of that. The number right now means absolutely nothing. I'm not saying that post is gospel. There's got to be some credibility concern to it. No. Why would anyone be concerned? We know Bungie is not hitting their expectations. They, once again, self-admission from Bungie that they're not getting their pre-orders numbers that they wish to get. We know that, okay? We know that in 3 months we're gonna have the actual fucking numbers. So why are we sitting here wasting time? Dead game. You know, like come on. Imagine how many people would still be playing if their DLC wasn't taking. You sound like a sheep. Let's fucking go. And ignorant. Let's make out, buddy. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Yes, the man going against the status quo article, breaking down numbers. Oh, I'm a sheep. Oh God. Like, why? Are you fucking stupid? Oh, Jesus Christ. Please put this video as a short clip that can be shared. We've went over so many things. I'll edit it down. I'll release something. I'll get fucking flamed for it. Can you say ba ba? Ba! When did Bungie tweet about the 1 million pre-orders for Witch Queen? It was exactly 3 weeks before Witch Queen came out. It was on February 1st. And once again, on February 1st, or as close as we can get to it, sorry, the numbers do, it's hard. We can't get to exactly February 1st on this graph unless there's a way to expand it that I'm not aware of. But it automatic, the data points are the 16th and the 13th, so it jumps. But we do know that from this point, even just 2 weeks earlier, to the time the DLC came out, there's a very significant increase in the number of pre-orders. So this graph is really great for longer time periods, but for more intricate, like looking within a month, the data points are too sporadic. Thanks, Hakamuna. It's just like one of those things, man. Like, yeah, Bungie's simp, honestly. And once again, just want to like, nothing I've said here is defending Bungie. Calling out bad data and you know, sensationalism. And using that and exploiting that to rile up people to get clicks and get people, like, I'm fucking talking about it. It's obviously working. I'm calling out bad practices by a media company. You know what I mean? 1.5 hours must make me a hater for wanting the game to be better. Dude, 1.5 hours? Like, did you only play the fucking demo? Like, hello? Rookie ass numbers, dog. What the fuck? I bet your ass still knows what grass smells like, fucking loser. You forget my home is a subreddit. It's hard to see this rage bait. Yeah. Anyways, so we broke it down. That's my take. That's my take. I want to watch videos. I want to watch videos. I want to read Reddit things. I'm going to keep this pulled up because it's beautiful. This is beautiful. No, not Explicator. No, not today. I was going to, but this is way too juicy. Who's made a video on this? Is it just Lucky at this point? If it's just Lucky, we'll watch the Lucky video and then we're gonna do the subreddit. Oh, let's go, David. Let's fucking go. Oh, we said don't blindly shield the game? Are you... Oh, does your brain is there any portion of your brain? Where am I fucking shielding the game? Holy fuck. This is crazy, dog. This level of brain rot needs to be studied. You have CTE, but you've never played football. This is fucking crazy, dog. Fuck. The NFL researchers could make breakthrough concussion cures by studying your fucking brain. Holy. All right, Lucky video.
The final shape is...
How's that audio? Is it low? Is the audio low?
Struggling to
it looks
sell
low.
Pre-orders, and Bungie is absolutely scrambling. That is the headline for today's story. You can see the graph here right next to me. We have Beyond Lights pre-orders right here, and then we also have the Witch Queens along with Lightfalls. And yes, that tiny little chunk down there, that is where we're at with the final shape. Now, we were recently able to get all of this data due to
center screen scare
API. We can see all of the different emblems in the game, the pre-order emblems that people get and when they equip them.
Okay, but I just want to... It's kind of criminal to put Rainbow Road footage in here and he's not even Sparrow flying it. Like, come on. Come on. Do you know why commonality for paired causal path isn't up to date on Braytech? Is it not? I closed it. No, I don't.
We're not quite to the final shape just yet, but it was at this time that the final shape was meant to arrive and meant to come out, was actually literally tomorrow. So the pre-orders should obviously be a lot higher than their current projection. So
once again, I just spent a fucking hour discussing how that is not true. Because all three of these DLCs were delayed. Was Lightfall not delayed, but Witch Queen? All three of these DLCs were delayed, were they not? Beyond Light was September to November. Witch Queen No, Beyond Light wasn't delayed. Shadowkeep was delayed September, November. Beyond Light kept November. Witch Queen was delayed November to February. Not Beyond Light. I'm so fucking confused. Anyways, 2 out of 3 of these were delayed, and we just looked at their numbers and the ratios for whether they were supposed to come out, and this is not true! We just looked at this! Hey, I'm gonna keep chilling. You guys should get the new Scaro 9 keychain. Very limited number. The link's at the top of chat. Very cool. It's the mother chicken mascot. It also comes in a package for $15 with the advanced starter kit. Comes with a shaker and trial of 4 flavors. I recommend the 4 focus ones, but you could try the energy ones if they sound really good to you as well. Love your faces. Best way to support the channel. I'm gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep going.
Projections right now, they're at about 75%, potentially more than 75% less than where they should be. We're gonna do a complete breakdown of this story because this is just absolutely wild. They cannot believe that we are this far off of our current projections right now. This is the article right here. Destiny 2, the final shape pre-orders appear to be less than a quarter of Lightfall's total figures. Wow. In the ever-evolving world of Destiny 2, pre-order figures have always been a critical indicator of player anticipation and overall interest in annual expansions.
Yeah, once again, I cannot stress. I stopped and I stressed this when we reached that. But never once have pre-order figures been used as a critical indicator of player anticipation and overall interest. Because for Taken King, for Rise of Iron, for any of the smaller DLCs, for Shadowkeep, for Beyond Light, and for Lightfall, we did not have concrete numbers. The only time Bungie has ever stressed pre-order numbers was leading up to Witch Queen. So that pre-order figures have always been a critical indicator of player anticipation is just utter horseshit. That's just fucking wrong.
And as an avid Destiny 2 enthusiast, delving into the realm of pre-order data has unveiled intriguing insights.
Okay, come on. I know we're critique. Like, watch the hammer.
Destiny 2 enthusiast, delving into the realm of pre-order data has unveiled.
Misses twice.
Come
on.
Expansion, the final shape. This is definitely true.
Sorry,
every time a new expansion is about to
and
come
I have
out,
no
people
problem
get
with Lucky, man. I've played with it in the past. I've got no beef. I respect the hustle, but we have to be better than this, man.
Being really excited, really hyped about it. This has been over and over and over again for many years now. I don't know which expansion I've been the most excited for. Perhaps it was Forsaken, perhaps it was King's Fall. I don't know. One of those two is easily the ones that I was most excited for. Comment down below which one you're most excited for. Although now that I think about it, Beyond Light, I was very, very looking forward to that. Next up, we have the final shape will be the last expansion in Destiny's 10-year long Light and Darkness saga. Now, to be clear, it's not the end of Destiny 2. It's just the end of the story, the narrative, the Light
and Dark saga started with Shadowkeep. It's been like 5 years.
Keep that in mind. The expansion was initially planned to be.
That's such like an actually moment, and I don't even believe that, but it is a pretty fun little technical.
However, due to Destiny 2's
through Bungie's own words,
numbers,
it started with
Shadowkeep.
Shadowkeep.
And revenue projections running below 45% for the year, Bungie decided to delay the release until June 4th, 2024, and laid off 8% of its workforce in October 2023, as reported by Bloomberg and IGN. Now, to be clear, obviously, when they miss their 45% revenue projections, they're going to lay off a bunch of people that they feel deserve to be laid off, and then potentially replace those people with people that deserve that position, or maybe we'll do a
I didn't even expect that. I didn't even fucking expect that. There is no better way for you to tell me. There is no better way to tell me you have never worked at a major company and been through layoffs than to say what Lucky just said. Layoffs, for those of you who aren't in big corporate America, and I am, and I've only been there for a year, but I've paid attention my entire life. It's a pretty common thing in periods of economic turbulence in America to do layoffs. Layoffs are typically not about who deserves to be laid off. They are usually about positions that are deemed in the short term to be expendable, and more likely it is people who have, for whatever reason, larger like retirement packages or larger salaries, like Michael Salvatore. You're gonna sit here and tell me, Lucky, that Michael Salvatore did not have the resume that justified his position? Are you serious right now? Layoffs are always a numbers game, always. And people in things like research, customer, research, those sorts of things that are less critical to tomorrow's operations, more foresighted positions are always laid off first. And this is ridiculous. No one deserves to be laid off. This is something that people should not have to go through. And they are not replacing that 8%. That's not how layoffs work at all.
Better job. So obviously it's going to take some time to see.
Nope, he already did his job. Why keep him with the company?
How these new people in these new roles handle Destiny 2, and if they can get the ship sailing, if they can get things going in a positive direction. Now, obviously, we have to deal with the reeling negativity that comes with this. We've got the missed 45% revenue mark, right? And on top of that, we now have a missed roughly 75% pre-order mark.
Please no personal attacks.
Now, obviously, these numbers will go up as we get closer to the final shape, so it's important to keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and continue with the article right now.
Thank fucking God he said that. Like, I mean, look, I'll take 3 seconds in a 23-minute video. I'll take 3 seconds of the most important thing he was going to say.
In terms of sales, the Witch Queen not only succeeded in sales, but also received praise for its story, activity, and the raid. The Witch Queen was excellent. I actually really liked that expansion. Obviously, Lightfall was very different. It felt much more like a filler expansion. However, the same cannot be said for Lightfall. While Lightfall achieved sales success, it did not deliver the penultimate storytelling experience that most fans hoped for, which resulted in poor reception and from critics and fans. And on the other hand, the Witch Queen not only succeeded in sales, but also received praise for its story, activities, and the raid. Agreed on all of that. Obviously, Lightfall fell short in so many different ways. Next up, we've got data resource.
So this is my main problem here. The fact that you can say, "Oh, I agree with all of that," as if we are reacting to an opinion piece, because we are reacting to an opinion. An opinion piece that is written like a fact-oriented piece. Do you see the issue here? This is a ridiculous way to try to report anything concrete.
Caveats and methodology. The data used in this analysis is provided by the game post by Charlemagne, the Warmind of Discord. A third-party app obtains its data directly from Bungie's API for Destiny. How this works is that Charlemagne
Astacross just put one out.
Destiny profiles, which amounts to around 66 million.
All right, we'll watch that next. Do we want to watch that first? I'll get way more click. Well, I don't want. Okay, he just put it out. I'm not gonna steal his views, man. Gets 1 billion views per video. All right, chat. Let's vote. Which video first?
Bonus emblems for the expansions. These emblems can only be acquired for player pre-orders and expansion. So obviously they can't know the exact number of pre-orders because Bungie's not going to reveal that data. They're not trying to make the Lightfall, or they're not trying to make Final Shape look like it's selling terribly right now. Of course,
it's not only about that, right? Because if Lightfall was performing very well and Bungie just laid off all of these people, or if Final Shape, sorry, I think he said the wrong thing, so I said the wrong thing. If Final Shape is performing really well and they just laid off all of those people, then Bungie also looks awful. It's the same reason streaming sites, Netflix, Disney, etc., never give you concrete numbers. Because as soon as you know those numbers, you know how to react to those numbers as a consumer more from an informed standpoint. But if they keep you in the dark about it and they keep, other agencies and their competitors in the dark about it, they're able to do more things with that information. All right, more people are saying Astacross. I just want to say, As Across this thumbnail game is always fucking on point. I just want to say. Here. And if you want to, since this just came out as well, if you want to go watch this yourself, you can. I'm not trying to steal any
Destiny,
of his
the
views.
final shape pre-orders seem to be less than 25% of
Wait, can I go back to my corner? Where does As Across usually pops up in the bottom corner here, right? I think I can go back to my corner.
Lightfall's total figures. Holy fuck. This is based on pre-order exclusive emblems for expansions applied on all public Destiny profiles. Data provided to us by Charlemagne. Oh my lord. Stream is about to derail for just a moment. I hope you guys don't mind.
Fuck, I need one of those.
That's pretty big news. I'm curious to know how they came up with that figure though, more than anything. So, at the end of the day, man, I don't want to see Destiny fail.
I mean, look, in the facts, this is I have a lot of respect for As Across. Met him a couple times. I consider him a good creator friend for sure. He's an awesome dude. The fact that his first response was to go, I wonder how they got that information or data or figure or whatever he said. That is exactly the response I would want like a well-informed, critically thinking person to have. That is the accurate first thing to think when you read this. That's an excellent first take. So point +1 to As Across already.
I think Destiny is... I actually love Destiny still, but again, I'm more interested to know how they came up with these numbers. Let's start though. Analysis: Destiny 2, the final shape pre-orders appear to be less than a quarter of Lightfall's total figures. This is by Zuhad, which we've read a number of articles from Zuhad here. The game post analysis shows Destiny 2, the final shape, has the lowest numbers of pre-orders when compared to the pre-orders for the last 3 expansions. In the ever-evolving world of Destiny 2, pre-order figures have always been a critical indicator of player anticipation.
That line makes me so fucking angry, dude. No, it hasn't.
Overall interest in annual expansions. And as an avid Destiny 2 enthusiast, delving into the realm of pre-order data has unveiled intriguing insights.
I think that line makes me the most angry out of anything we've read today. I'm gonna be completely honest. Fucking hell, dude. Jesus Christ.
The final shape will be the last expansion in Destiny's 10-year-long Light versus Darkness saga. The expansion was initially planned to be released later this month on February 27th, 2024. However, due to Destiny 2 underperformance, lower than expected pre-order numbers for the final shape, and revenue projections running below 45% for the year, Bungie decided to delay the release until June 4th, 2024, and laid off 8% of its workforce in October 2023, as reported by Bloomberg and IGN. Both the Witch Queen and Lightfall expansions
does he give his opinions at their end, or does he give it throughout? I'm very curious.
Successful in terms of sales.
Because I don't, if I don't have to sit here and watch his entire thing, like I don't want to try to steal his entire video. You know what I mean?
Not only succeeded in its sales, but also received praise for its story, activities, and the raid. It did, which was great. However, the same cannot be said for Lightfall. While Lightfall achieved sales success, it did not deliver the penultimate storytelling experience that most provided to the game. Pulled numbers for Charlemagne. We use Charlemagne for, a lot of data analysis within Destiny if we're ever trying to pull numbers for specific things. So this is Charlemagne's website. You can add them to your Discord. I'm pretty sure all of our data though is all provided by Charlemagne, right? Oh, Alexander said, hold on. Alexander says not everyone grabs the emblem from the kiosk though. I don't think it's only
Alexander's fucking based as fuck, dude.
Counting emblems that have been picked up, right? It would still be on their account because it's unlocked though, right? All right, so my question is, based on...
Bro, your live stream, why would you consider the word stealing? I have always had a really weird relationship with reaction content because it does feel kind of low effort, right? With what I'm doing here, this is why I barely ever do it. With this, offering a more critical, data-driven, like analytical approach to something, I think it's all right. But I'm really apprehensive to react to things if I don't have to, because I legitimately, like, it just feels kind of gross to me. It's fine. Like, I watch people react to shit all the time, like music and shit. Like, but it just, to me, it's typically not, fuck, I don't know how to word this, man. It's just something I don't like to do.
What you guys are saying. So you're saying that the numbers here could be better considering there are maybe a number of people that didn't grab it, but dude, these are Destiny players. How many Destiny players wouldn't
Wake says,
grab-
but why though? Genuinely, because wouldn't a company or game use pre-order analytics as insight to player sentiment and anticipation, even if we don't have all the data? I don't get the anger. Because up to this point, up to Witch Queen, with the exception of Witch Queen, we have never had any sort of indication of how many people pre-ordered any of the expansions. It's a complete nothing burger bullshit sensationalized statement. Pre-order numbers have always been an indication. No, they fucking haven't, because we haven't had pre-order numbers. That's so dumb. Even the pre-order numbers that the fucking guy puts in this article, that we showed 100 reasons why they're probably fucking wrong. So no, they have never been in any way, shape, or form, with the exception of a single tweet from Witch Queen. They have never been an indication of player anticipation or sentiment or fucking the morals of fucking putting eggs on pizza or whatever, you know? Like, fuck.
The emblem. Let's read this important note. That said, it's important to note that the data provided here may not be the exact representation of the official numbers, as there are some limitations. For instance, Charlemagne cannot access the data of players.
What a bad limitation. Like, if you're gonna fucking call out a note, at least put thought into it, man. Fuck.
Order emblems that are not acquired from the in-game vendors, Master Raoul, and special delivery kiosks. As a result, there may be a difference between the numbers presented here and the official figures for the expansions. Oh, okay. We are comparing the pre-orders for 4 Destiny 2 expansions: Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, Lightfall, and the Final Shape. Let's take a look at the exclusive emblems available to players who pre-ordered any edition of these expansions. The pre-order exclusive emblem for Beyond Light is called Beyond Light. The Witch Queen, it's Lucidity. The exclusive emblem for Lightfall is Neomuna Night, and for the Final Shape, it's Paracausal Path. Now, it's worth mentioning that the pre-order emblem for the Shadowkeep Benign Omen was only available with the Shadowkeep Deluxe Edition. Therefore, the data available for it is not as precise as that for the other expansions, since the emblem wasn't included as a standard pre-order bonus with the standard edition. Now, comparing the numbers, how low are the Final Shape pre-orders? Based on the game post analysis and the data provided by Charlemagne on February 23rd, 2024, it seems that Beyond Light received the highest number of pre-orders among the 4 expansions. Really? Lightfall follows in second place.
No, not really.
With the Witch Queen in third place, and the Final Shape having the lowest pre-orders. Now, to put this into perspective, Destiny 2's previous expansion, Lightfall, released in February 2020 orders. What was going on? What was going on with Beyond Light? I mean, I know we had stasis.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say wrong data. That's what was going on around Beyond Light.
Oh yeah, that's right, guys. It was COVID. We didn't have nothing else to do. I forgot. We were all at home. Well, you know, here's the thing too. We had Beyond Light. We were pitching it as well. Like, it was pitched to me that we were heading into like Destiny 3 territory. Remember the whole
thank you Triple A for this update.
The update we were supposed to be getting, or the weather system, right? The dynamic weather system was a really big deal. That was the big pitch, and that there would be these graphical updates throughout Destiny. I don't know. For some reason, we're actually making a video on this. For some reason, though, Destiny 2 seems to look worse graphically than it did before Beyond Light. But that's not what this is about. But COVID obviously boosted these numbers. Now, here are the estimated.
I think there are examples of that, but I think as a whole, Destiny looks a lot better.
Beyond Light, almost 3.2 million.
I don't know if I'm interested in that video now.
Lightfall, 2.249. And the Final Shape, oh my God, 407,601. Dude, this is awful. Guys, if this is the case, if this is real.
I will say, I don't know if he does the extra effort that we put into this, but the fact he says, if this is real, softer language is very important. That's good as well.
Holy shit, that's terrible. Now, look, I'm just going to say from my own experience during the Final Shape reveal, we're watching it and everybody's in there, you know, we're all kind of like taking in all the information, right? But dude, it was so different than Lightfall, because so many were like, yeah, I think I'm gonna wait.
They did, I will say, look, and we're getting into fucking completely different territory now, but like on that, it's a hard thing, because Bungie clearly chose to keep a lot of it secret, and I think that is especially hurting now that they've delayed it. But it's hard to build off of hype of keeping secrets, right? And so it's one of those things, like, it's a balancing act. I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna wait on this one. Whereas like Lightfall, when Lightfall was shown, everybody was like, oh my God, I love it. Let me buy it. I'm getting it now. This is going to be hyped. We're going into Infinity War
I do
right
agree
now.
with that, Tavar.
And then Final Shape will be in game. Final Shape didn't have that. And understand, Lightfall had that hype because A, Lightfall looked dope. It's a dope name, right? And B, Witch Queen really was a good expansion, and that was a good ramp up for it. And again, I'm just
Does he
basing this
critique
off
the
of,
data at all, or does he just
we
talk
watch the
about
reveal every year, the big
why
pie
Final
doc
Shape
and
is bad?
everything, and you know, it's normally a moment there where we get really hyped. And I just noticed like this past year or last year, like the hype was just dead, and so many people were saying, I'm gonna wait until after this expansion rolls out. There's literally nothing to look forward to in the Final Shape. There's no Witch Queen boss, no stasis, no strand, no hype. Man, dude. How much better do you think the pre-orders would have been had there been a red subclass? That red subclass that was teased, you know? Notice the expansions here, like Beyond Light, Lightfall brought new subclasses, right? But Witch Queen, the narrative was so good. And there were so many great things about Witch Queen. So, I don't know, man. I kind of wish Bungie could just do it all.
When was a red subclass teased? Did I miss that? No boss. Well, the boss.
You know, guys, if these numbers...
To be fair, the Witness is not as cool of a boss as Savathun. I'll die on that hill as well. Like, I think the Witness gets too much flack. I think the Witness is a really good final boss for Destiny. I think Savathun or Shivu, if built correctly, would be a better final boss for Destiny. But I think the Witness fits, like... I think they made missteps with the Witness for sure. I do like the Witness's design. I think, you know, he's a very imposing figure, or they are a very imposing figure, I suppose. But I think it would have been more... I think they could have taken another approach where the Witness had an army and we fought more disciples. It feels very neutered versus what we should have gotten with the Witness. I do think the Witness is still a better boss than a lot of people give credit for. The red subclass was fake. I think I literally made a video about why it was fake. The pulse rifle, the Forerunner, all that stuff was posted on an official Destiny dev account. The red subclass was not, and everyone just fucking snorted. Leak, leak, leak! It's a leak. It must be real. Leak. Yeah,
are true. I'm concerned. My concern now is that
that's everyone when they see a fake leak.
This is not the first wave of layoffs that Bungie got. This past November when they had the big layoffs, my concern is that this is one of perhaps multiple waves of layoffs. All right, let's continue.
The only community worse than the Emblem community is the fucking leak community, and especially the people that believe and spread blatantly false leaks.
Surprisingly, the number for all 4 emblems are still rising to this day. It highlights that the data derived from pre-order emblems does not precisely mirror the actual pre-order numbers, but there exists a solid correlation between the two. Our analysis also shows that the Final Shape expansion managed to secure roughly 15,000 pre-orders. 15,000 emblems were applied to the profiles in the 15-day period starting from February 5th and ending on February the 20th. Bungie made an official announcement on February 1st, 2022, stating that the Witch Queen...
How did they get... Charlemagne doesn't have tracking over time. How did they get that data? Were they sitting on this article for fucking 3 weeks?
A highly anticipated
I didn't even fucking read that part.
Had already surpassed 1 million pre-orders.
That was not on ArtStation. It was a website called Vimeo.io or some shit. It was, I think, a Chinese website. It was not ArtStation. People claimed it came from an ArtStation, but no one had a single screenshot. There was no Wayback Machine link for it. There was no anything. It was never posted on ArtStation. And anyone who says so, if you don't show me fucking proof, you're a fucking liar. It was on Vimeo. I think it was Vimeo. Or Video. It was something weird. It was like the sketchiest fucking website you've ever heard of in your entire life. It was not real.
And is on track to be the most pre-ordered expansion in Destiny 2 history. Although the Destiny developer did not disclose the official pre-order figures for the Lightfall expansion, it can be assumed that it also surpassed the 1 million pre-orders before.
It came to me in a dream. How the fuck did you guys say that at the same time? Yo, Kirito, what's up? Is it that deep? Normally, for like a normal person, No, it's not that deep. But as someone who has to fucking read about these fake leaks all day, yeah, it's fucking a big deal, dog. I'm sick of it. I'm actually sick of it. 90%, like, okay, I'm gonna say like 40% of my hate towards leaks is I just like to enjoy things unspoiled. 60% of my hate towards leaks just comes from obviously fucking fake leaks pissing me off when people don't stop talking about it.
February 1st, 2023, considering it had more pre-orders than the Witch Queen. However, for the final shape, the pre-orders haven't even come close to the above figures.
I
The
think I
significant
made a
drop in
wait.
pre-orders can be
I'm like
attributed-
90% sure I made a red subclass video. Did I not? Maybe I tweeted about it? Fuck, I really thought I did.
to several causes. One of the reasons for this could be that fans are being cautious and waiting for more information about the final shape before making a decision, especially after Lightfall failed to hit the mark.
That's
in
true,
the
Lon.
fans. Exactly. The game post has reached out to Bungie for comment on this piece. Now, player sentiment, the delay,
I fucking stopped reading after that graph. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe that. Are you serious they said that? What's Bungie gonna comment on? You can link a tweet? Add it at me on Twitter. What the fuck are they gonna comment on? Yeah, we already publicly acknowledged that it's not hitting marks, but you're fucking stupid because most of our pre-orders happen in the next month. Like, what the fuck are they gonna say? Street Shadow, thank you for the 5. I kept my pre-order because I wanted the tower statue. No matter how low it got in the game, Destiny, this community is home for me and will always be. I'm so excited for that traveler or the tower statue because they said it'll have a lot of secrets in it, and that's like that's my shit. That's fucking crazy, dog. Oh man. Once again, if you're just joining us, you should go get the new Scarrow 9 keychain in collaboration with AdvancedGG. It's beautiful. It's got a broken glass thing. Very limited number of these are available. It looks great on a microphone or on a PC case or something. The link's at the top of chat. It comes with a starter kit. So for $15, you get the keychain. You get any of the shakers that you choose for your choice. And 4 packets of Advanced to try different flavors and stuff. Best way to support the channel. Love your face. Thank you so much.
layoffs, and a marketing void. Despite being one of the best-selling expansions in Destiny 2 and having broken the record for all-time high concurrent players on
Thank you
Steam,
once again, Street Shadow. Love your
Lightfall
face.
faced severe backlash. Its
You
story
can like super chats now? Let's fucking
campaign
go.
was lackluster and failed to meet expectations, even with its commercial success. This marked the beginning of a decline in player sentiment, and the situation was made worse by the lack of updates to PvP content. The disregard for
This
game
is a I want to react. I want to talk about this. After this article, Bungie will have to show us something more about the final shape before release to keep us on the hook. Let me tell you something, buddy. This sort of shit does not change Bungie's plan at all. They are unfazed. I guarantee it. Bungie has a marketing plan. These marketing plans have to be done months in advance. You know, commercials. They'll probably. Is there like a Game Awards anything anytime soon? I don't fucking know. Or a PlayStation showcase or something. Bungie has marketing plans. They always do a huge marketing push the final 2 months, final month and a half, right before a DLC. This fucking, some shitty article isn't fucking changing anything, dude.
a hybrid PvP PvE mode.
Can you imagine looking at this article for 3 weeks and never once thinking that you maybe shouldn't post?
Increased number of in-game monetization and time.
Big Daddy Fish, thank you for the super chat. People that use these numbers as graph is fat. Be the same people that join Fireteam Finder raids without reading tags. That's pretty good. Thank you for the super chat, my
gated
friend.
quest. The announcement of the final shape's delay in late 2023 added a new level of intricacy to Destiny 2's
Oh no, they put their own tweet in it, bro. I really should have finished reading this
complex
article.
narrative. With the extended 6-month wait, along with the 8% layoffs at Bungie, there was an undeniable feeling of uncertainty in the air, which also stirred questions about the
You know what the definition of data bias definitely is not?
expansion's development and the studio's ability to deliver a fitting end to the saga. So Destiny Bulletin actually did this right there. Have you pre-ordered Destiny 2 the final shape? Yes, not yet, but I will. Waiting for more details, not pre-ordering. So 30.9% on that. Now, the Game Post Destiny Bulletin conducted a poll on X on February 22nd. The poll received over 20,000 votes and revealed that 30.9% of voters are not pre-ordering the Final Shape expansion. 20.6% are waiting for more details on the expansion. 22.6% haven't pre-ordered yet, but plan to in the future. And 26% have already pre-ordered the expansion. While this poll only represents a fraction of the overall Destiny 2 player base, it provides a general idea of the player sentiment.
What they should have called out, yo, Jonathan, thank you for the sub. What they should have called out is that it is an incredible sampling bias.
Bungie and the Destiny franchise. In a report from IGN, it was revealed that the player sentiment surrounding Destiny 2 was at an all-time low, with employees begging for necessary changes to win players back. Bungie CEO Pete Parsons also told employees that the layoffs were largely due to underperformance of Destiny 2 over the last year.
Not only with just Twitter bias, but Destiny Bulletin follower bias.
Following the layoffs in late 2023, Bloomberg Jason Schreier reported that Destiny 2 experienced a significant decrease in popularity among players. As per the report, the game's revenue projections for the year were below 45%. Again, pre-orders are important, and a lot of the forward projections there are depending on those pre-orders. And so the 45%, we were all wondering how in the world, we thought the projections were astronomical.
So the thing is Bungie knows that half or more of their pre-orders come in the final month. I have a really hard time believing those projections have anything to do with that much to do with these numbers. You know what I mean? Surely they would have accounted for that. They did say, I mean, they did, I forget what the quote was, who said it. I remember very distinctly reading a quote that said it was due to, yes, lack of pre-orders, but also lack of player retention and thus fewer microtransaction sales over the year.
But maybe it wasn't. With pre-orders being as low as what Charlemagne is projecting here, that makes a lot more sense now, the 45% miss. Now, it's worth noting that the expansion sales aren't the sole revenue stream for Destiny 2. Season Pass, which received a 20%
it's the in-game stuff. It's got it.
Along with cosmetic bundles, dungeon keys, in-game monetization. A merchandise sale also played major roles and contributed to the game's revenue projections. However, due to low player sentiment, popularity, and engagement, retention,
this
the monetization
I totally
spending in the
that.
Eververse store from Destiny 2 players took a massive hit in 2023.
Yeah.
Then comes the marketing void during the 6-month-long delay period for the final shape, with no new announcements, details, or promotional initiatives for the upcoming expansion to sustain player engagement and interest. Yeah, dude. I'm hoping like March they're gonna.
Oh, they hit on no more annual expansions. Let's go. I can do 2 of my favorite things at once, baby.
So maybe April, they're gonna start ramping things up. But
yes!
the whole way all of that was just handled was so poor. You know, we've had delays before in the past, but not in the way that this was delayed. The delays in the past was like months, right?
Buddy.
And that was okay because it was part of the Vidoc reveal. Again, the delay here was announced after the traditional seasonal model.
But the reason they clearly did the delay thing in the way that they did. When you do layoffs and restructurings, companies are incredibly secretive about it because you don't want to tip anyone off. And a delay, in conjunction with the financial information that Bungie surely has internal meetings about. I would be shocked if Pete Parsons doesn't have quarterly or twice a year meetings with Bungie where he goes over the finances of the company and the performance stuff. That's a very normal thing for large companies to have. So Bungie would have known that stuff is hurting. You added a delay into that.
To embrace a narrative.
So that point being, the reason this wasn't widespread information was almost certainly to contain the internal backlash.
Structure centered around episodes sparked concerns among players about the fate of annual expansions, the backbone of Destiny 2's overarching stories and content. During the 2023 annual showcase, Destiny 2 General Manager Dan McAuliffe revealed that episodes will mark the new way we are going to tell stories moving forward. This announcement has raised questions among the fans about the future of the game's annual expansions. Even after 6 months, Bungie has yet to reveal any details about what the future holds for expansions.
This last comment,
one of the reasons behind this could be that Bungie only wants players to focus on the final shape expansions right now and sell as many copies as possible. I think I'm okay, guys, with that. I mean, at the end of the day, the focus should be on the final shape.
Yes.
You know what follows afterward. Let's just see how good the final shape is. If the final
Once
shape
again, and if you guys missed it, if you
is
didn't watch
nuts.
it, I put out a video last week. Grenadier Jake made a video about saying that he believes that this is going to be the final yearly expansion ever. I put out a very similar video to this, talking about why I think that's pretty silly, and from any, at least as far as I can see, like logical business perspective, that doesn't make any sense to me personally. Long story short, these expansions make up a very, very, very significant amount of Bungie's revenue, and they generate hype and player sentiment that drives purchases of the seasons, drives up player retention, and gets people to do things like spend money on Eververse. And so if you don't have that yearly expansion generating that hype and that revenue, you're losing even more revenue. It makes absolutely zero sense for a company in the position that Bungie is in, financially already missing expectations and rapidly expanding with at least 2 more IPs on the way. It makes zero sense for them to throw out essentially guaranteed yearly revenue.
stellar. I mean, 10 out of 10. Not the best. If it's not the best expansion Bungie's ever given us, then no one's going to care about what happens after the final shape.
I think it is completely separate from that. I think at this point, we are so detached. There is a very good chance that even if this is the best expansion ever, it doesn't matter. I think the community echo chamber and Bungie's lack of delivering on Lightfall, the combination of those two things, I think has done irreparable damage to, once again, the hype generation and like the player outlook and that sort of stuff. And that sort of sentiment, community sentiment, is unbelievably important for the success of a live service game. If streamers and content creators and Twitter creators and Reddit posters have been nothing but trash talk this game for the last year, that is the public perception of the game going forward. And so even if the final shape is the greatest thing to ever fucking happen on this planet, I have a very hard time. It's going to take a huge, incredibly lucky media push and very calculated media push in combination with, one of these crazy surges that you see on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that to make up for the damage that's been done.
Lightfall situation, or even if it's just a subpar ending to the Light and Darkness saga.
I think it's because they have no look towards the future after Final Shape. It's bad. If they didn't tell us anything about the Final Shape, anything about post Final Shape, it would honestly be better. I actually completely disagree. I think if they didn't say anything about after the Final Shape, I think the community sentiment that you have now would be tenfold. I think people would be doom posting every fucking day about how Bungie's abandoning the franchise for Marathon, blah, blah, blah. You already see that shit. It would be so much worse. So by saying, look, there is clearly content coming after this, use your brains on the business side of this to make the very educated guess that there's going to be annual or semi-annual fucking year and a half, whatever, expansions coming after this. That is the middle ground, and I think they just expected people to use their brains and be like, yeah, of course something's coming.
Man, it doesn't
Imagine not playing
matter.
a good expansion because someone on Reddit. It is less about not playing a good expansion because you heard something bad, and it's more about tuning out. With live service games, if you lose that momentum, it is harder to pull people back in. If someone already has a negative perception or cognitive bias towards something, whether that's conscious or unconscious or subconscious, then it's going to be harder to grab their attention. So if I say I fucking hate bananas, dog. Bananas have fucked me up. I hate them. I got food poisoning from bananas one time. Let's say that. And I hear my friend saying, oh man, Paulus sells the best goddamn banana pudding. I am immediately going to be like, nah, I don't fuck with bananas, sorry. But if I've never had a banana and Jimmy John is like, Paulus has the best goddamn banana pudding, I'm slurping that shit down, dog. If I have no cognitive perception about the quality or my relationship with something, it is a lot easier to pull me into a relationship with that thing.
Happens. All right, let's continue. The yearly expansions are not only crucial in shaping the game's narrative, but also acting as a significant revenue generator for Bungie. The financial reality is clear. annual expansions have consistently contributed millions in revenue, making them an anchor in Destiny 2's success all these years.
Tens of millions,
While the upcoming
hundreds of
episodes may
millions.
offer a new way to engage players, relying solely on them may not be the most financially sound decision. Considering how resource-heavy Destiny 2's live service really is, a strategic approach that could make sense is releasing a
Bananas are
couple of
fine.
episodes
They're not
for
my
a year
favorite.
or two.
I'm more of a-
This would allow Bungie to redirect
a,
resources toward development.
An aggregation fruit fan. You know, I'm a big like loganberry, raspberry, blackberry type of guy. Love those. Or like really heavy citrus. Sometimes we do like every plates and stuff, not a sponsor, but I'll take a sponsorship and they'll be like, use half a lime. I'll just eat the other fucking half a lime like an orange. You know, I'll peel that shit, pop it in. I love like very aggressive flavors.
A brand new Destiny installment. Now, from the player's perspective, annual expansions are more than just content drops. They help generate excitement and hype within the community. These annual showcase events are essential in building anticipation for future gaming content, which ultimately leads to increased sales and revenue.
Straight limes are crazy. No, I'll eat gay limes too.
Bungie right now, which is currently facing
I don't discriminate. Okay, limes are lives. Lives are fucking good.
financial challenges. Now, thoughts on the past, present, and the future of Destiny 2. Destiny stands out as one of the enduring live service games, not just surviving for nearly a decade, but
And
thriving
I fuck with coconuts too. I know coconuts aren't really that aggressive flavor I was talking about.
to the extent that it
Bisexual limes?
transformed
Oh, they're
Bungie
my
into a
favorite.
multi-IP entertainment company. Bungie now juggles at least 3 different IPs simultaneously: Destiny, Marathon, and Project Gummy Bears, alongside engaging
Dang,
in
thank you for the
multimedia
sub.
projects. The success of the Witch Queen expansion played a pivotal role in Lightfall's impressive pre-order numbers. The success of Lightfall's pre-orders can be attributed to various factors, with the Witch Queen playing a major role. The Witch Queen expansion laid the foundation for high
Okay, I'm like kind of losing interest in this article.
In anticipation.
I just kind of it does read like something that ChatGPT put out, doesn't it? Furry limes? Furry lime. No matter what the definition of furry is there, I'm not a fan. All right. Now I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of the day, okay? We're going to go underneath the Destiny Post's tweet. And we're going to read it, okay? Oh, this is going to be juicy. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited. So this is the original tweet. Oh, base shadow take. Let's go. I'm gonna go back to my original side. I don't like being on the left side of the screen. Hey, before we go on, you guys should order the new Scaro 9 keychain. It's beautiful. It supports the channel. If we sell out, then we get more fun stuff. The link's at the top of the pinned comments. It's awesome. It's the channel mascot, the mother chicken, doing his little thing. It's Colonel with a Cade horn in my logo. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it's part of a starter kit for Advanced where you get a shaker and get to try some sample flavors, all for 15 bucks. You should get some. Love your face. Hell yeah. Okay, sorry. We're going to keep going. Let me make sure Destiny music's going. So there's some noise in the background. Okay. Oh, fuck. I have too many things open. If possible, be better to see numbers from the same point in time to the release of the 2. Oh my god. Based Rise of Bacon take 2. Holy shit. Well, they barely showed us the expansion. We're sick of the current game. As soon as we see the expansion, it'll stay low. Bad take TB! I mean, the sentiment's fine, but incorrect. I guess purposely under delivery was in the plan. Okay. I'm sure Sony will be happy to hear about this. That's a great take. You know, my favorite take is when people say, oh, I hope Sony takes over Bungie. That's my favorite. Good! This game is in the toilet. It's over. I love Xbox breathing air and popping bubble. Okay. Okay. That's about that's the quality tweet I would expect from a blue check mark. Training the Sabres, what for? Because, well, come on, it's because I'm only ever following the Sabres. Yo, Dem, thank you. These are highly targeted. But the Sabres they're getting a new scoreboard in there. They're essentially redoing the arena. They're renovating the arena, so that's why it's okay. Get vooped. Well, it's still a few months away, not to mention the digital pre-orders were canceled when the delay happened, so it'll go eventually. That's a pretty good take. I like that one. There's no way Destiny 2 goes on after the final shape flops this bad. With 112 likes! Let's go, brother! Joshua Daniels, it's time to listen to the community and make changes. The March updates a step in the right direction. If my friends come back, I will pre-order. Okay, so here's what Bungie needs to do, right? They need to dox this guy. They need to find out where his friends live. They need to threaten their family to come back to the game. And then this guy's gonna pre-order. I like that. Do not buy the final shape. Just watch the cutscenes on YouTube. Bungie needs to fail. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal, Palazzo. Does this factor in pre-orders that happened before the delay that were then refunded? Good question, Dan. That's actually a really good question for a blue fucking check mark. I'm not gonna lie. Top 1%. Best question blue check marks I've ever seen. Bungie is gonna have a lot of players, gonna have to earn a lot of players' trust after the past year events, bad Lightfall DLCs, stale, repeatable content, average loot, microtransaction, predatory practices, and laying off employees. Destiny 2 Final Shape will be my Destiny 2 last hoorah. I would say a lot of this is actually past the last year, but that's I mean, what did people expect? Oh my god. Fuck, this guy wrote his thesis on this. Bungie the last 4 years has given us DLCs for the future. Recently, we get episodes for the foreseeable future. Joe is leaving, layoffs occurred, and Lightfall just wasn't it. Combining all this together in this situation leaves new players questioning the value of investing in a live service game that appears to be nearing the end of its content roadmap. The appeal for new players to join is very low. It's actually a really tame comment for Lamau. Very insightful. You don't compare pre-sale numbers to total sale figures unless you have a very blatant agenda. This is a pretty base take from Cuz Lightyear, bro. What's a blue checkmark mean? It's someone who pays Elon to use Twitter for no reason other than frankly, this is a terrible statistical analysis. Oh my god, there's no good way to know how representative the number of people applying the pre-order emblem is to the population that actually owns that emblem. I'm sure the pre-order numbers aren't great, but let's use some reliable... That guy's my fucking favorite person. Holy shit. The fact it's still a 30-year away is probably a big reason, fourth year, but why no one's really putting money into it. Fucking great take. To be honest, these takes are actually like... What's happening here? These are like, I was hoping for some like brain rot. This is great. To be honest, I usually pre-order about a month before. No reason to pre-order so early on. With how they laid off, game dev cheater still running while on PC. Okay. This cheater thing that's going on here, I wanted to talk about this a little bit in my last video, the Grenader Jake video. I'm not the greatest SE player of all time. I'm definitely above average. I don't really play that many cheaters. I'm really like, I'm convinced that like Jake probably plays this many cheaters, but no one else does. I'm so confused. But also, I just wanted to take a look at like Jake's take there, where he's like, I'll hire a single person to address cheaters. I don't really know how many people Bungie bans per day, but let's just say it takes on average 10 minutes to manually ban someone, right? 10 minutes to manually ban someone. You generally work 40 hours a week, times 60 minutes. So you can ban 240 people a week, right? Times a year, 52 weeks, give or take. So that means you can ban 12,500 people a year, manually. You're gonna tell me that Bungie doesn't already ban more than this a month? I just wanted, that number didn't really, I think you're gonna need more than one person, Jake, is my only point. That's my only point. Take out poop on the clock time. Yeah, lunch. Pre-quit. We all know how it goes. We all know how it fucking goes. I'm just saying, from even in an ideal case scenario, doesn't make any sense. It's nearly 100 days away. Why does it matter if pre-orders aren't high? Oh my god, these takes are fucking awesome. Not really that surprised. We've only seen one trailer and a couple clips of new super aspects. The number is going to shoot up starting April when they start showing them. Like, oh my god. Total figures aren't actually that bad, right? They haven't even started to ramp up their marketing campaign. I'm so proud of Destiny Twitter. I'm so proud of Destiny Twitter, man. This is crazy. Yeah, oh, fucking dude. See, Asacross, like, he's thinking the right way. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't agree with his takes, but what I really appreciate is, like, he clearly has a brain for looking at data to some extent. I don't know what his history is, but yeah, what I would really like is if we could get pre-order data for the other 3 expansions 3 months before launch. I don't have that data, but it would give a ton more context here. Based on what we have now, though, it does appear very concerning. So there's still kind of that sensationalism aspect to it, but the fact that you think fucking other people are tweeting this shit out, I just appreciate that a little bit. You know what I mean? That's great. That's great that he's thinking about that, and he's putting it out there to his community to even, like, hey, why don't we think a little bit more critically about this? Now you can come in with the data that we discussed earlier in the stream and talk about it. With content creation, if you don't know how to look at your data, you aren't going to get across the size. Yeah, that's fair. Trials report coming in with the base stake? Oh, I missed Trials report. Look up Trials report. New! In a dramatic turn of events, an analysis comparing pre-order numbers based on ownership of emblems for a delayed expansion coming out in 3+ months takes our February's dumbest shit on Destiny 2 Twitter award. The competition was tough, but the pie chart got enough bonus points. I'm fucking dead. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. That's amazing. Oh, please, please. Please give them their own badge on Trials. Oh my fucking god. That's so fucking good, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh man. I mean, what? Holy shit. Okay, I have to go to Reddit then. I'm not getting the content I desire on Twitter. Did they make this? Hawkmoon, are you still on here? Are you still in here? Is there not a post about this on the Reddit? What? Oh, it's, / Destiny 2? Haha! Yes! To be fair, I do wonder what these will look. Fuck, man! With the most upvotes! Why are people using their brain? Do I have Dark Dog? Dark Read. This did not help at all. I'm like... this is actually the longest I've waited to buy a Destiny DLC. The game's just felt like it's been falling apart this year. I've been playing other games. I've been finding myself enjoying them far more. Final Shape is the only expansion I've pre-ordered. Just a little hesitant Like, dude, all of these takes. Oh, let's go! I honestly want Sony to take over. Woo! We got him. What does that look like? People who think this, what does your brain look like? Like when you imagine like a... Everyone close your eyes. Everyone breathe in with me. Now imagine, okay? Imagine a world where Sony takes over Bungie and describe that to me. Why does anyone think they have any fucking idea of what that looks like? I have 15k karma, dog. Every time we solve a red border puzzle or a catalyst puzzle, that shit pops off, dog. I'm the puzzle guy, okay? Like, what does this look like in their brains? I genuinely want to know. What happens if Sony takes over? Why do you think that's better? Sony, which once again, need I remind you, had originally had planned for 10 live service games. They've now cut that down to 5. They've yet to make a successful live service game. Why do you think they could come in and take over and run one of the top 5 most successful live service games of all time? What about that situation? What about that speaks to you that the game would be in a better place? Please. Please. I'm not gonna say it'll be better. I'm not gonna say it'll be worse. I have no fucking idea what that looks like. But I know the game is maybe not exactly where I want it to be right now, but it's not in the worst spot. Yeah, sure, a yearly expansion missed. Lightfall wasn't that great. Season of the Wish, fucking bangers, in my opinion. I hope they're more, and they're clearly growing seasons to be more with episodes. We already have internal testaments that Bungie wants this to be the greatest DLC of all time. What do you think Sony knows how to do that better? Like, do you know what I mean? Whatever gets rid of the trash at Bungie now, you think if Sony comes over, most of those employees are not going to be the same, especially in the short term? There will be layoffs. Yeah, there absolutely will. People's lives will be changed and ruined, 100%. Is that what you want? CEOs, executives, they'll get a golden parachute. Nothing will change for them. They'll just get to retire at fucking 40, 50 years old. Who cares? No one cares. You think like Sony just magically has, so like let's say like you've been working on something your entire life and I'm like, nah, fuck you, go away. And then I get someone to replace your spot. You just think that person is just gonna do a better job just because it's not the same person? Like what is the mentality here? You know what I mean? The game's not perfect, but this is in my opinion, a very much devil you know versus devil you don't situation where it's just like, it just seems incredibly ignorant and naive to be like, oh yeah, as long as someone else is working on it, it'll be better. Like, what does that mean? I don't care about people's lives. I'm just here to play a good game. Yo, Hans, thank you so much for the sub. I don't like the current direction, so I want people completely removed from the product having form of nuance related to it take the wheels. 70% they are going to get some new employees just to pay them less. Yeah. Sony will crack the whip to get the extra company spending under control. Like, what does that mean? So you want the company to spend less money. So you want fewer people working on the game? And you somehow think that less spending and fewer people working on the game means more and better content? Did I miss a class on like cause and effect or something where that makes sense? Cut some people, put the AI in place and make the best game they can make. You're not serious. I don't like Subway sandwich. I'm gonna get the person who made it fired. Yeah. They think because Sony's Japanese, they'll be stricter or something. Okay. On stuff that isn't involved in the game. So let me get this straight. You want Sony to come in. Okay, wait. I just want to put all the puzzle pieces. I'm trying to work this in my brain. Sony comes in. They got unnecessary spending unrelated to Destiny. And now Destiny's a better game. I totally missed that connection in my brain. Sorry. Why didn't I see it? That makes total sense. Right. Okay. My bad. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Feel like relying on nostalgia is risky? 100%. Totally agree. Fucking hell. Nothing to lose at this point. Already not playing the game. This, I guess, like, if you're at this point, yeah, I guess that makes sense. At this point, things can't go worse. Things can objectively go worse. I don't know if you guys have ever played, like, a game that maybe doesn't exist anymore, or, like, the dozens of live service games that have failed. Things can objectively get worse than where we are right now. Things can objectively get worse. It's not a consumer's fault for a company destroying their game. Wrong there, by the way. Incorrect there. Silly, silly goose. With bad business decisions leading to layoffs of employees. I agree. But wishing for that sequence of events to occur makes you a shitty person. I think, like, just factually, like, oh yeah, I want this thing to happen. That will result in layoffs. Like, I think that objectively makes you just a shit person. Like, sorry. I don't know. The scarocopium's crazy. What am I copying? Like, you're gonna say here. I can list failed live service games. I know them better than I know my own two nipples, dog. You know, you're gonna sit here and tell me Anthem was in a better state than this. You're gonna tell me that Outriders is in a better state than this. You're gonna sit here and tell me that either of the divisions was in a better state than we are right now. You're full of shit. No one plays those games. No one plays any of that shit. Oh, but Warframe's successful. Yeah, Warframe has 1/10 of the fucking population all time of Destiny. Great. Good for them. I'm glad that that game's successful. I'm glad that people enjoy it. It's a stupid comparison. How well do you know your nipples? The left one, all right. The right one, barely at all. It's not my responsibility as a consumer to give a fuck. I buy a product if it's good. If they produce dog shit, I simply don't. There's a big difference between not buying a product and actively wishing for people to lose their jobs. Once again, like, I don't know where we're losing this, like, train of thought connection here, but this is the whole, if you guys ever seen that thing where it's like, oh, you're saying, like, an entirely different sentence. Like, I said I like waffles, and now you're accusing me of not liking pancakes. That's a whole different sentence. That's what you just did. Like, I'm not sure if there's just, like, a connection missing here or something. Name dropping Anthem's uncalled for. Well, I think Anthem's a perfect example of how Destiny objectively can get worse. So, anyways, I'm not saying, once again, I'm not drawing any conclusions if the game would be better or worse if Sony took over. That's honestly, why am I all blurry? Stop being blurry, me. That's like 5th on my list of concerns there. But the idea that some parent coming in and spanking their children will automatically fix everything is pretty naive and silly. And I think at anything, you know, you should acknowledge that it's a complete roll of the dice, because it is. So. Destiny 2 is far from perfect, but the fact that we have a game that's getting updates almost 3 months for almost 7 years is nuts. I could probably name one in hand how many games have done that. Fuck around and find out. Interesting. Am I missing something, or is this comparing pre-orders 3 to 4 months out from an expansion release to a full bucket of pre-orders from other expansions? If so, this is completely useless. I trust Sony. Japanese devs know how to make satisfying, rewarding content. I mean, I'm not about to make this like a nationality thing at all. This has nothing to do with where Sony is from for me. This 100% has to go to do with the track records of Sony and Bungie. Bungie running a successful live service game for a decade, and Sony trying to launch multiple, cutting multiple, not successfully launching any that I'm aware of, and like maybe about to cross the finish line with one, but not, you know. oh yeah, like Scaro, I know you have a PhD in polymer chemistry, but I bet this guy who once sat in on a single chemistry class could replace you. I'm willing to roll the dice, baby. Okay. That's what it feels like. That's all I'm saying. Like, come on. Solid Divers 2 considered live service? It's been out for like a month, so even if it was, it's been out for like 2 weeks. Helldivers is already successful. Once again, like comparing like if we're in 7, 8, 10 years, Helldivers is still as successful as Destiny is right now, then I'll say, you know what, Sony? Is Helldivers a Sony property? Yes, it is. It is. So in 7, 8, 10 years, if it's still as successful as Destiny is right now, then you know what? I'll be fine with them taking over Destiny. I saw Breaking Bad. It could totally replace Scarra at his job. That's a bad analogy. Please inform me why that's a bad. Nice. We had a small talk about this with my friends, but basically it came down to this article. Basically, it will probably be taken over even if the final shape wasn't exceptional and did super well. Hiroki, the guy in the article, is going to take the role of interim CEO of Sony, I imagine, on April 1st, and will be in charge of the PS gaming division, which includes Bungie. Considering his view of Bungie business expenses and assuming accountability for development timelines is lacking by his words, he will probably just be taking over, and I think it's only a matter of time. So I think the important thing here is, like, we are very, like, maybe this will happen. I have no idea. I think the reality is as we are 12 degrees separated from the legal terminology used in the binding contract between Bungie and Sony, we have no reason, like, we don't know the milestones, we don't know any timelines. Like, we have a very black and white statement. If Bungie doesn't hit these goals, then Sony can take them over. But we don't know what that looks like. That's almost assuredly not how it's worded. So maybe Sony's able to do that. Maybe Sony isn't able to do that. Maybe Bungie has to fail for a year or multiple years, or maybe they haven't failed enough. Who the fuck knows? So it's just weird to make, like, statements like this, like, probably, when we don't know. We're not lawyers. We don't have access to these legal documents. So I don't know. It's just weird to see people say, like, probably. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Well, these are a lot more tame than I was hoping. That sucks. Oh, jeez. What's your take on Bungie inviting Sony to inadvertently taking the reins? Once again, we don't know what those legal documents look like. I have no idea, man. I have honestly no idea. I just find it hard to believe that Bungie would do that. Like anyone, right? If you're gonna let yourself be bought with those stipulations, you have to be pretty confident and put in safeguards so that doesn't happen immediately. You know what I mean? Sorry, I wasn't in the chat when you asked about it, DTG, but we had it, but it was removed. Bad Faith article, if you want to check it out, though, they supported you. Check it, fam. Wait, where is it? How do I see removed articles? It's fun. I kind of got the vibe. Yeah, man. Yeah, once again, what do you mean source? Sony's already said they will dismantle Bungie. Well, that is not the word. So once again, let's be explicitly clear. Sony did not make that that statement, as far as I'm aware. One second. Sony, Bungie. Was this in a Paul Tassi article? Oh, was it Kotaku? IGN report. I want to read the original reporting. Yo, Shadow, thank you for the 5. Sony employer here. We have a few live service games already. MLB, Gran Turismo, HDT, fuck me. HDT is a polymer test. Or no, it's temperature deflection. High temperature deflection, HTD? I don't fucking know. It's moving in the right direction, but it's still a new turf for us. Yeah, exactly. Bungie has a very long history of this stuff. Anyways, who is reporting this? But speaking to IGN under a condition of they're anonymous. That's a hard word. Anonymity. Fuck off. Anonymity. Multiple current and former Bungie employees. So whoever said it was from Sony, you're wrong. Described a department meeting that took place shortly after layoffs, in which leaders hinted that the shared power may not last forever. Sony did not respond to IGN's request for comment on this piece. Bungie also declined to comment. While the exact details, that's prerequisite, that modifier is exactly what I'm saying. While the exact details of Sony's deal to acquire Bungie remain unknown, Street, thank you so much once again, to public or employees, sources say they were told by leaders, so already 2 degrees separated, not lawyers, that the current split board structure is contingent on Bungie meeting certain financial goals. If Bungie falls short of certain financial thresholds by too great of an amount, Sony is allowed to dissolve the existing board and take full control of the company. So what we have here is media reporting what they heard from people, from what they heard from their bosses, from what the bosses heard from their bosses, what the bosses discussed with the lawyers about certain milestones that Bungie has to maintain. Now, what is not discussed here is time frame, which is equally as important. These milestones, they're obviously not an hourly milestone. It's obviously not a day. If I was a company, you're going to give yourself probably a year. There's economic struggle, downturn, headwinds, whatever you want to call them, all the time. So this is almost certainly there's going to be a written time frame that they have to hit this certain threshold. That is not discussed here, and now we're 6 fucking degrees separated here. So all I'm saying is, yes, this exists from all that we know, but we don't know what this agreement looks like. We don't know how close or far Bungie is from hitting this, and we don't know what that time frame looks like. So this is all incredibly important. All incredibly important information. Making assumptions off of this is ridiculous. And once again, fucking Sean, nothing here says dismantle. They're allowed to dissolve the board, which is like 3 fucking people. They're not gonna come in and dismantle Bungie, okay, dog? Or if they are, we have no reason to believe that, dog. So maybe fucking read. They will move talent to help hide. Yeah, okay. This is a telephone game as always. Fun fact, Bungie is still super independent company. PlayStation is itself a bunch of groups that keep everything close to the chest. Yeah, look, all I'm saying is making conclusions and assumptions based off of this, once again, game of telephone that you know nothing about, that we all know nothing about, that we heard from someone who heard from someone who heard from someone who heard from a lawyer that read, is ridiculous. And that's just it. That's just it. That is just the conclusion. If you are making concrete statements off of this, you are a very silly person. And you don't have any merit for any backing. Could this happen? Maybe. Do we have any reason to believe that it will happen? No, we have no more reason to believe that this will happen than we have reason to believe that it won't happen. Because that is what situation we are in with the facts that we know from reporting from independent journalists. And that's how it goes. You're welcome. I work on the platform side game developing tooling group, and I have no clue what any of our studios do. Yeah, and that also doesn't surprise me. I work at a very large company. We are told purposely to keep our information I have confidential information that I can't share with anyone, and then I have information that I can't share with anyone in my company. That it's like only people working on this project get to know about this. It is not uncommon for companies to be segmented within themselves, let alone within their subsidiaries. Where did my fucking water go? I don't even have my water. Shit. Wow, you can't tell me you don't corporation. Wow, you can't. Oh my fucking god. Wow, you can't tell me you don't. Corporations are all about. You spell corporations wrong. Are all about the bottom line, not the consumer's feelings. Yeah. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? And the bottom line is literally like driven by the consumer's feelings. Why do you think we have so many companies pandering like recyclability and shit? Like, are you fucking stupid? You think Bungie's gonna purposely make a product that people don't want to buy? We are literally in this situation because of consumer feelings. I know business, by the way. Yeah, sure you do, buddy. I hope your lemonade stand's successful. Fuck. God damn. Ugh. Anyways, okay, well, that's pretty much all I have to say on all of this. I'm glad Astrocross led in with some caveats, and I was asking the right questions. That's good. I'm really, really ecstatic to see that Twitter and Reddit both had like very reasonable takes, which is pretty crazy. And the kind of takeaway message should be always question data that's presented to you, especially ones that you can pretty easily fact check or look into the reliability of. And like, just don't be a shitty person. Like, why are we doing this, man? I don't know. Why are we here? I don't know. Anyways, and also don't trust pre-order data that's 3 months out when we have pretty concrete evidence that most of the pre-orders happen within the last month. So that's where I am. That's where we am. All right, everyone. I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'm playing hockey tomorrow, so no stream tomorrow. But on Wednesday, we'll do the wish and probably more solo explicator. I guess I have to get there first, but more solo run. I'm making good progress. Thank you, everyone. I'll try to put the first couple of minutes of this into a short video for you guys if you missed some of it. Go buy the keychain, please. Supports the channel. The Mother Chicken Colonel keychain with my logo. It's beautiful. It's got the sparkly glass stuff. It comes with. So it's in the link. It's in the link. It's a starter kit for Advanced. Best way to support the channel. And if they sell out, then we get to do more fun stuff with Advanced. Thank you so much. Please go buy a keychain. Have a fantastic day. Love your face. $15 gets you a starter kit with the keychain. Let's go. Peace out. Have a great night. Love your faces. Don't be a shitty person.